and really like I can't just go, I'm gonna go live now and do this and do it.
Mhm.
I like it takes me like a mental process of like about an hour and a half of like sitting down and figuring out which way I'm gonna put the angle, what I'm gonna start with saying. You get me?
Yeah.
Like,
So
oh
you like to plan ahead.
yeah.
And do you find that you plan ahead in your mind too? Like you have to organize your thoughts before you speak, or
No, just with stuff like this, like just with going going live. Or if I'm writing a post or something, Jesus Christ.
okay, because I was picking that up too before we started, because I started to go onto my website and I wrote a blurb about myself. And I was doing my,
Blurb. I love that.
it's a Canadian thing.
I,
So
no, I've heard of it before. Blurb.
so I go and I'm writing all this stuff and I feel like I'm channeling. I feel like I'm connecting to my spirit guide and I'm listening, right? And I'm just
Okay.
like, okay, words are just coming out. And then I'm also channeling your energy. And when I was connecting to your energy, it was like, I've got to edit this and I'm going to erase this. Now I'm going to put this.
Oh my God, that's me.
So it was, to me, for myself, what I feel like the energy of that is, it's about trusting, right? It's about going inward, listening and trusting, period. And that's it.
Right.
So if you're writing for an audience, it's different than writing for yourself, right?
Right.
Do you journal?
No, I actually don't.
Okay.
Do you
Because
feel like that's something I should start to do?
well, if you're receiving downloads for people, right, and you're able to connect to that, why would you not put it on, allow it to come out on paper?
I don't know.
And when you do your downloads, do you get them from somewhere or do you create them on your own?
How do you mean?
Like when you do a download on Facebook, right? Like you're like, would you like to feel happier today?
Yeah, it's just it's kind of like sometimes like if I've ever just done a post about downloads, just because sometimes I felt like, God, I haven't posted anything in a while. What don't I just should post a download or something? And then I think like I just think of something general that most people would like to receive. Okay. But then in most cases, it's kind of like it's not that it really comes to me, or
Mhm.
maybe it does, but it's like I do you know what it is? If I'm having a session with a client and it's something like that I feel something what we're working on is something that quite comes up quite a lot with all my clients, then I take that as this a sign that like that's something that is in my field and in my clients' fields. So then I would kind of do a post about that issue basically. And I've done that quite a few times.
So,
Get me?
yep. So it's kind of like you generalize things for the majority of the public so that everybody can get the benefits based on your clients all have problems with trust, we'll say, right? They lack trust. Then you'll create a post. Are you lacking trust?
About trust.
As if
Not even are you lacking trust, just downloads like would
all
you
about
like to know
trust.
what it
Okay.
feels like?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I would just tune into what I feel would be the best kind
And
of download.
and when you say the word sign, is that there's a repetition, like things
Yeah,
keep coming up?
yeah.
So do you hold on, my ice maker. So when you feel like there's a sign, is it like just right away you're like this is a sign, or is it smack in your face 5 times and you're like maybe this is a sign?
It can be both.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it can be both. Like something will repeat itself, or else sometimes I'll just know. Like
Okay. So when in your life is it I just know? What is the good stuff for you where you're just like, oh, this feels good. I just know. Is it like like connecting with Laura? Is it like
Mm.
with clients, you just know you have the right client?
Oh yeah, like when that's really good because those both of those answers are yes.
Yeah. So
You're
for
channeling you're channeling the answers for me.
and I'm getting chills all on my right side. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, that's exactly true. And then yeah, when I'm in the flow like of a session with a client who's like who I really love, like it's like this is right, like more of this please.
And it makes me feel emotional when you're talking about that, right? It does it make you feel like when something's right, you're just like this is
It
amazing?
feels light. Like for instance, I noticed this week that before like a few sessions, like so just let's say if it was not, I wouldn't say like a long day, but you know, like when you've had a few sessions and then I'm going into another session with a client, and you know, and I'm feeling kind of like a little bit kind of tired,
Yes.
but then after the session, it's like I'm alive with energy. Do you get me?
Yep. So it's like you're feeling like you're getting the energy from the client.
Not that I'm getting the energy. I think it's just I could be receiving the downloads too, but what I feel like is that when I'm in the flow, like with clients, and you know, like let's say we clear some big stuff, like it's like I don't know, it's like just that lightness that I feel. It feels like that was amazing. I love doing this work. You know what I mean?
Like
It
kind of
feels
like it lights you up a little bit.
yeah,
Like it's
really.
feels like your heart, right? It feels like good in your heart.
Yeah, and it just feels light. Like it just feels like that's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah. So what are things, so we know what lights you up, right? The thing
Mm.
you just know because you feel emotional, you feel light. But then you use the word tired, right? So I can't help but think draining, people who take from you, people who suck you dry, the energy vampires, people who just they don't light up for anything. So we'll go with some like darkness energy. So have you had in the past people who were critical or judgmental or not open? Because when I'm thinking about the nervous energy, to me it's like the automatic reaction so quickly intuitively to know was like, as I said, fear, but it's also like experiences you've had in the past where people would shut you down or reject you or like not be open to you, right?
Yeah.
And kind of put that shit on you. So I'm going to write the word projection down. Do you know what that means?
Mm. Yes.
So who and what have made you feel heavy and I'm going to say dark, but those feelings in the past?
My ex.
I knew that was coming up. And yeah, and there's a reason why they're an ex, right? So
Mm.
what was this person like? Because chances are you've attracted more than one of those types of people in your life, and then you might have had clients like that too.
Okay. So, what do you want me to?
So when it comes to like this ex, what was it about this ex that made you feel that way?
Everything that you said.
Hmm.
He wasn't open. He projected a lot.
Okay, I said she, I meant he. Okay,
Oh, oh yeah. Sorry. Did you say she?
I don't know, but
I didn't even hear that.
I would say he. Okay,
I didn't even hear that. Yeah. And yeah, there's a quite a dark energy
okay,
that kind of does be around him.
okay. So that makes sense because one thing I was picking up before you came on was amethyst. You said you have a bunch of crystals around you, right? Oh, amazing. So I'll always kind of like channel what crystals I need based on the person's energy or maybe what
Okay.
they're already doing. So um, amethyst is really great when it comes to protection. but also connecting to your intuition, because we're also working on both. In order for you to really trust your intuition and just know what's right for you all the time, you have to clear out those negative beings and entities and fear around what people think and all that garbage, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what's also interesting is I'll feel somebody's energy for a while before we connect, so not just before I come on here. And I was wearing an amethyst bracelet when I was going through like a stressed out period, and my beads just went everywhere. Like the bracelet just broke completely. And I'm like, okay, one thing that happens is when we break a bracelet, it's to pay attention to how we were feeling when it broke, right? So I said I was feeling stressed.
Wow. That's crazy that you're saying that.
Why?
Because I had an incident like back last year
Mm-hmm.
with my ex, and we were like having an argument, and I was wearing a bracelet that someone bought me as a gift. It wasn't amethyst now. I can't remember what it was, but literally he grabbed me and pushed me and ripped the whole bracelet off, and the beads went everywhere.
So
And
now,
I was just like because it was a bracelet of it was a crystal bracelet. For me, I was kind of like, "Ugh, that's representing something," but I didn't know at the time. But I just remember thinking, for fuck's sake, like I loved the bracelet as well because it was given to me as a gift, and it was just ripped off.
yeah. So you probably felt like um, hurt in your heart probably when that happened.
Yeah, I mean, well, I was going through a lot of feelings at the time. It was
And we were
an
just
intense
we were
argument.
just talking. I just got like when I got the chills, I got it around my crown. Okay, so
Okay.
before it was on the right side, now it's on the top of my head. So I think about. Do you know anything about the chakras?
Yeah, I know enough. Like I don't like know tons about them, but like I generally do. I tend to like do healings on the chakras and stuff in my sessions, but
Okay,
only when called to it.
it's right here,
Sorry.
right, the
The
crown,
crown one, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's purple, and I'm wearing purple, and this is purple. So it's just as you said, signs, right? When we see things all coming in and you get those feelings all through your body when everything's just right. Well, we get the opposite when everything is wrong, right? So it's just for you learning how I think to identify when everything's right and when everything's wrong. And
Mm.
it feels like you might experience extremes in your life, like be one of those people who has really high highs and then low lows.
Okay.
Do you feel that way?
I mean,
And it might be from the past too.
potentially.
Mhm. Okay. So when I think about like low lows, you have had low lows before, right?
Yes.
Would you say that was when you were with that ex?
Oh my God, that was the lowest. And when I say the lowest, I mean my vibration was so contracted and so low for a lot of that time.
Okay. And now in your life, would you say you're more in a high high?
I'm so much higher, like constantly. But
So we're kind of able to identify with you before in your life you had low lows, you kind of
yeah,
you hit rock bottom. And now as a result of that, you're on this high high because you know the difference,
yeah,
which is amazing. So sometimes we just have to give ourselves credit for all the stuff we've been doing to raise your vibration so that you don't have to worry about any of that stuff anymore, right? But if you're
yeah.
still have a little bit of fear and worry, or you haven't completely cleared all that energy, then it's like you might not be getting all the good feelings that come from your success because you might feel like, not saying it's not worthy, but it's just you might not be able to energetically feel it in your body, the good stuff. So that's why I
Okay.
was talking about crystals too, because the more crystals you work with, the more that's going to raise your vibration. But the more you feed yourself with good energy and good thoughts and good feelings, that's going to help too. So it feels like right now you're just strengthening your intuition. like a lot.
Yeah, and it has, and that's something that I've noticed, especially across the last year. It has strengthened so much.
And in your past, were you controlled by this person? Like
Mm.
were they controlling? Okay, I'm writing that down too because that feels like a habit. What were you getting out of being with somebody that was controlling?
Mm. Mm. It's the only thing I can kind of feel or connect to it is like, you know, because it was easier
Mm-hmm.
to kind of just, it was kind of like a way of me just being kind of going with the flow, like, so just allowing it to happen.
Okay. And then when you allowed it to happen, like you let go of control yourself, right? Like you were just like easygoing, right? Is that what you're saying? Like you were the
No, I mean, like, if I was just allowing the other person to be in control, it was like it was easier for me, then I didn't have to make the
okay.
decisions. You get me? So it allowed. So then I was just like, oh, just going with the flow, like, but I wasn't. I was just
Okay.
letting someone just make all the decisions and stuff.
Right. So you kind of lost, would you say, a bit of your identity or
Mm.
a little bit of your autonomy, meaning like
What's
your
autonomy?
autonomy is like when you get to do what you want when you want to do it.
Yeah, I definitely did.
And you don't,
Definitely.
yeah, you don't need supervision, right? It's part of being an entrepreneur. Like every entrepreneur wants to be their own boss, right? So it sounds like when you're with this person, you said he didn't really kind of, I guess, get you or get what you do or
It was like exactly what you were saying on the call the other night. I was literally saying to myself, "Oh my god, Robin is like an older version of me." Like that's what I was saying because you were literally talking, and I was like, I feel like I'm looking at myself a few years ago when I started doing Theta healing, and I was like, oh, sending her so much love.
and I was also channeling your energy because we were going to be doing this call. So there was
Wow.
so I felt drawn to you and you felt drawn to me, right? Like one thing you said was take everything like one step at a time. Like that was the message you were getting. And what I'm just getting here, I'm being kind of drawn to making an 8 with my bracelet.
I love that number.
Okay, well I'm being told that,
That's my favorite number
and
because I know what it
I've been
represents.
drawing it a lot lately
Wow.
because it's also the infinity sign,
Oh my god, I love that number.
and that's giving me chills all along my back. So when I think about the energy of the back, to me, that means that you are now moving forward. You're supported. You are supported by the universe, right? And I think that's amazing that you understand that because that's helping you with this balance in your life, right? It's helping you with the yin and the yang, the logic, the planning, and the intuition because it you want to plan things, right? Because you like to be organized and, come across in all these ways, right? Like be on. But then there's another part of you that wants to have more fun and be more like yourself. Because if you're taking it too seriously or you're taking yourself seriously, then it kind of becomes the joke, right? Like it's if you so it's like if you want to be a little goofier
Yeah.
because you want to show people that you are fun. So moving forward, would you like to start showing people the true version of yourself that you really do feel in your heart when you feel 100% and healed? Do you want to show them that version of yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that download. So I just ground so you can connect to your crystal,
Yeah.
take a few breaths as I ask for that for you. And I mean, because you have it yourself, if you want to, you can even do the download on yourself too if you want, see if you get something, but
No,
or
I don't need to do
okay.
it.
Okay, so I'm being told that we need to clear that energy of being tired.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
funny because I've been feeling tired these last 2 weeks. Like, like even though I'm getting my full like 7 to 8 hours, like, that's the minimum. Like, even though I can sleep for longer sometimes as well. But I'm waking up and I'm feeling, when you feel the under there,
mhm.
when you feel the tiredness in your head, like, and you're just like, why do I feel like I could just go back to bed? I know it's connected to it's coming up now.
But one thing that I teach my clients is often before we work on something that we want to release, we'll start to sometimes release it. Like we'll start to, you have to feel it to heal it. It has to come up in order for it to go out. So if people start to feel a little for you fatigued before we work together, that's okay because that's what you need to like feel because it's coming out of your body so you can raise your vibration, right?
Okay.
So it's just your body is just already starting to release what it needs. And until you have your call, you don't even know what it's related to. And that's all part of, like you said, going with the flow and trusting that there's a reason why I feel this way. So to keep encouraging the release. If there's something negative that you're feeling and it's coming up, we don't push it back down. We allow it to come up and out, and we don't have to know why it's there.
Yeah.
So you're kind of clearing out the energy of analyzing and thinking a lot.
Yeah.
So would you like to release and pull and let go of feeling like maybe stuck in this relationship that really wasn't serving you whatsoever, and replace that with feeling like you can move forward and move up in the world. So when you are dating, that you can, or with business relationships as well, that you can just keep like upgrading your levels.
Yes.
Okay. And when it comes to relaxation, it feels like you've learned a lot about relaxation, right? How to relax and chill, right?
How to be in the feminine.
Yes. So exactly, you're not in that gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Like, but
Yeah.
but we know that there's still a touch of nervous energy in there because you just felt it before we were recording, right?
Yeah.
So, would you like to release that nervous tension that comes over your physical body as a result of things that have happened to you in the past that you've already discussed, like earlier about?
Yeah. Yes, please. Oh.
So
Sorry.
you're releasing control. It feels like the word controlling might even be a trigger for you. Like, how do you feel about the word control? Because you like the word flow, but what do you feel about control? Do you like to be in control? Do you hate control?
I mean, I hate being controlled,
Hmm. Oh, I see that for sure.
but then I would like it's nice to be kind of in control as well.
Okay, so balance.
But then when I think about the word control, it just makes me think of my mind automatically goes to when I felt like I was being controlled.
Okay, yeah. So do you
So
want?
that's I associate like control with my last relationship and everything that happened in that.
Okay, so do you want to release and pull that energy of
Yes.
control, everything we just said, and let's replace that with feeling like you can trust people and trust yourself and trust your guides and trust the spirit that is trying to teach you right now, and start listening to what the messages really truly are in your soul and in your spirit, so you can start, writing out the details that are flowing within your body, like allowing the expression in whatever form you choose to start really flowing and coming out, so you can essentially like activate and help and open up other people's energy fields?
Yes, please.
Okay. So were you defensive in the past? Like, because you said you don't like to be controlled. Would you get like defensive, like you can't control me, or you're not going to control me anymore? The world.
Yeah, well, I would be like, that's kind of how I would be now, like with that person.
Okay. I wanted to say now, but I didn't want to say that. So,
Yeah.
okay. So what? So is it? Do you feel like? Do you put up a bit of like? Because there's a difference between protecting your spirit, right? Hence why I was
Right.
bringing up the crystals. And I have this like nice little candle for you that I wanted to kind of like light, and more like
Mm.
clear quartz, rose quartz, like just sentimental, like just like loving and kind, right? Like, nice. See?
Isn't that so pretty?
So
This
that's
is clear quartz. Oh no, I think this is angel quartz actually.
perfect. So it's about bringing that light energy back in because you've been through such tough times that you deserve to feel loved again, right?
I do.
Yeah. And you're worthy of it. So one of the angels that I connected to for you is Archangel Raphael. I don't know if you work with that.
Um, to be honest, it's not that I don't work with, not that, well, I probably am working with them, but I'm just not aware. But I just know that I have angels and they're always there protecting me. But the one that would always be mentioned to me was Archangel. It wasn't Raphael. Archangel Michael.
Okay, because Archangel Michael is for protection, and Archangel Raphael is for healing.
Wow. Okay.
So that's what I was calling in before we came on is Raphael because that's what I was being told. Like even through my writing, Archangel Raphael can help us with writing too. Because
Okay.
you're trying to like your goal is to write out healing downloads, right?
It's not only that. It's like I'm actually I'm okay with writing out downloads. They're the easy things. It's like when I want to do a post, like a post, like a call to action post or something, that will really kind of inspire people.
Because you're getting in your head.
Of course, I know that. Yeah.
So moving forward, would you like to know that those archangels, like especially Archangel Raphael and Metatron,
Ooh.
that those archangels are there for you to actually help you when you're feeling like you need to get into your head, that you can just call on that energy and trust that that energy is going to be there to assist you and not leave you and support you and guide you through those difficult challenges.
Yes, please. So when I'm about to, sorry, did you finish?
We're good.
No, I mean, did you finish with that download? I
Yeah,
meant.
we're good. I trust.
So yeah, I'm the same. So when I'm about to do some writing, I can just call on Archangel Raphael.
And what I would recommend is call on Archangel Raphael and Archangel Metatron.
Metatron. Okay, I need to look them up
And the reason,
properly.
and because they'll just guide you through your writing, so you don't have,
Wow.
right? Because they assist you. So why would you not use what's available? So it makes sense that Archangel Michael would be a big thing around you because Archangel Michael helps us. He's there to protect us, but you are protected, so you can focus on other things now. And it's just
Ah, that's amazing.
it's just about believing and knowing and trusting, and maybe it was just getting confirmation on that so you don't have to ever feel like bad things are going to happen, right? Because they're not.
Could you give me that download?
Yes. I'm taking it too.
Yeah.
We tend to become dependent on crystals because because sometimes we need them, but then we also we can master them and then move on, and we don't even need crystals anymore. You know,
That's kind of, I mean, that's kind of the way I feel with them. I just like to have them around me, but then I don't ever pick them up and be like, okay, I need this one, because I have so much other energetic support with all the work that I do. I feel like I just like them to be there.
yes, but a lot of times you're working with other people, so just keep in mind that sometimes the crystals aren't for you. They're
Okay.
a channel for other people, right? So if you're an empath, which you are, the energy that I'm experiencing is what the energy that you're experiencing right now too. So maybe this selenite that I have, right, is for me, but this one is for you, right? Yeah. So even if you've mastered crystals, it doesn't mean that the other person that's with you has mastered that. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? So it's like we can't be hard on ourselves when, as I said, when things are happening, we just have to trust that we don't need to know why. We just need to just trust. Okay. So moving forward,
Oh, I'm loving all this. This is really just, everything you're saying is really just, it's really just helping me
good.
with how I'm feeling today.
It's
So
confirmation.
yeah, it's kind of like I just know, but I just had a moment when you were talking there, where it's just like everything is good, like
Exactly.
relax.
Also clearing right now as we speak, it's clearing out energy around your third eye. Yeah. That's
Amazing.
probably why you're feeling the emotion, because it's like, oh, I get to feel light in my head.
Mm.
Not in my heart, in my head.
And yeah, because I've been feeling quite heavy these last week and a half, 2 weeks.
So moving forward, would you like to feel all those positive things that we were just discussing, including
Yes.
like even when you've mastered something, you can still go back to something and then like, like go to something and then not go to something, and it's okay to do either or, that there's no right or wrong, and that you can just allow your physical energetic body to be and to go places and to exist
Yes.
and to enjoy it and feel good.
Yes. Yes.
That feels good for me too. Okay. It does feel like there's still like when it comes to your relationships, are you in a relationship? Okay. Do you want to be?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I want to have fun though.
Okay. I knew that.
I'm definitely like, I want like I want to have sex basically, but I don't want to get into a relationship, or don't want to even get into dating somebody, because I don't want to, I'm not ready to commit anything like that, because I'm so committed right now to myself and my goals, and with like
But
my
I have
business and
a
stuff.
question. There's no judgment here, but
Of course. I know.
do you think that are you holding yourself back just like a tiny bit when it comes to love? Like, do you think that there might still be a little tiny piece of you that wants to protect yourself there?
Probably, yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is what I'm telling myself consciously.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. So, would you like to rinse yourself of all of those old, icky, sticky energies and exchanges that you've had with other intimate relationships? So, moving forward, you can start
Yes.
healing, growing, shifting, changing, and allowing yourself to just be free again, period.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm hearing like I'm my own person now, right?
Mm, yeah.
So that's a beautiful thing. And you're owning it. So but sometimes it's also like you don't, even though you already own it, like you can just vibrate confidence.
I
And
think I do sometimes.
that's attractive. Yeah, you do. But it's attractive, but you don't even have to make an effort to show people that. You can just
It
vibrate.
just comes. Yeah, it just comes out.
So when you breathe really deeply, sound healing would be really good for you. I have my tincture.
I've never done sound healing and I've always wanted to do it.
Well, tinctures would be a great place to start because it clears our energy field, just like sage or smudging. So when you're waking up in the morning, you might want to start with just clearing your energy so you feel like the stuff from yesterday is gone and today is today.
But I mean, I can do that just myself.
Yeah.
No?
But okay, so when we chant and when we right? We vibrate old stuck energy from our body, from our chest.
Okay.
The pain and the hurt that people have caused us, the stress from life, finances, whatever. We can say we don't have any, but we do. Everybody does. We feel what's going on in the world right now as an empath, and you're going to feel that. It's not always your own energy. So when you're clearing energy through sound, it's, as I said, it's not always yours. Right? So just keep
Okay.
that in mind because it's like, my life's good. I don't need this. But it's like, life isn't ideal right now.
Yeah, no, it's not that I don't feel like, oh, life is good, I don't need this. I just, what I was saying was I can clear that myself doing theta healing.
But
But do you think it'll be beneficial to do more sound?
it's kind of just like adding crystals to your stuff. It's all the
Yeah.
exact same thing in a different way,
In a
and
different way it helps.
just almost for like other people. Okay, so the more you
Okay.
add that stuff, the more it's gonna help other people. That's it. So when I hit these, right, it might be just a way to shift your energy back into your body. Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't need to think like a bell, right? Just okay, back to class. So sound is really powerful. So when we chant and we it comes from our physical body and it breaks all that energy up, right? When we have sound externally, like my voice is external
Yeah.
to you, your voice is inside of you, my voice is external to you. So
Right.
if my voice is very calming and soothing, it might relax you. If it's screechy, it might hurt you.
Yeah, I totally get you.
When you're really angry and you just go that's still a release.
Oh, I know, yeah.
So I feel like you really understand the release of yourself, but it's just really the external environment. It's like, what can I bring to my external environment that's going to help me relax? It's going to help me like help others, basically, right? So it's just not limiting yourself in any way. So moving forward, would you like to know that it's safe for you to add as many different styles of healing light to come in
Yeah.
all shapes and forms and sizes and colors and places and stuff. Okay,
And oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Maybe just connect me in with all the like all the possible benefits that I can receive from each and every one of these different modalities, because I've often, and I sometimes I feel it even presently, I can be quite just like, no, theta healing is the best, so I don't need to do any other healing. Do you get me?
Yep. And it's good to have structure, but it's also good to trust.
I know.
Moving forward, would you like what you just said, what I said, and also balance between your logic and your intuition?
Yes, please.
And do you ever feel like I feel like I don't want to say that you're tricking yourself or you're fooling yourself, but do you ever say things to like, how we say a positive affirmation? It's like, I am beautiful, right?
Yeah,
But you don't really feel it, but you
yeah,
say it anyway. And then you're like, if I say this enough, I'm going to vibrate it.
yeah, I do.
So I kind of feel like that's where you're at. You're like, I have zero fear, right? Like I do theta healing. I have zero fear. But then deep down, it's kind of like, I probably do have some under there. So it's kind of like, it feels like you're learning to dive deeper into your sense of self.
Yeah.
So it's not being afraid to like dig really, really deep and be super honest with yourself. And instead of being like, I'm going to vibrate this today, it's just like, it's almost like you've done so much positive work that it feels like maybe it's that. Do you work with like the shadow side?
How do you mean when you say the shadow side?
Like, so I work with full moons and new moons, right? So on the
Okay.
new moon is Friday. We're in new moon energy, all about intentions, but we're still clearing out a lot of stuff so we can allow that money and abundance and joy to come in, right? When we have full moon energy, we are literally just dumping all of our emotional baggage because the full moon is a time of dumping. So that's our shadow work. Full moon,
Okay.
full moon energy is shadow work. It's when I don't know why I feel so tired, but I just do. Maybe I should dive in deeper to why I feel tired instead of being like, I am a high vibrational being.
Oh yeah, well I mean I do if what you mean by that is do I do the deep inner work when I need to? Yes is the answer.
Yeah. So do you have a specific time when you do your, we'll call it shadow work, and a time where you do your light work? Because we're kind of working on light and feeling darkness and not being afraid of the darkness, right?
So I would do any of the shadow work when I feel that there's something there that's deep enough that needs to be digged into and worked on. And so when I do that type of work, I would work with like another healer to help me do that. To get me? But I don't do it like once every week or once every 2 weeks. It's when I feel I need to
Okay.
dig into something. Do you get me?
Yes, I do. Because that's why I was saying, even with the tinctures, like when you wake up in the morning, like doing your clearing or your cleansing, do you have like rituals when you get up? This is what happens.
Yeah, so I get up and I'll just expand out really,
Yeah.
expand my energy or just like connect and just download myself with unconditional love.
Okay.
And I'll listen
Yeah.
to like clearance that I've made for myself and like my affirmations and stuff.
Okay. So moving forward, would you like to start giving yourself more credit for all of these amazing clearings that you have been doing thus far? So when you do affirm something that's really therapeutic, that you can get all of the extra, extra, extra good stuff that comes from it.
Yes, please.
Okay. So when it comes to your emotions, um do you feel like you understand all of your emotions or just some of them? This is a deep question.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know how to dissect that question. I just don't even know. To me, I just don't even know what that means. Do
Okay.
you understand? Like, how do I answer it?
This part of it is like, I feel like you understand your emotions really well, right? Like you've worked on your emotions a lot. But then,
I've done a lot of work, yeah, and I know how to. If I'm feeling something, I know straight away
okay,
what it is.
where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Okay,
No. Well, yeah, more or less.
that's good. Because remember how I was also saying sometimes we don't always know where it's coming from, and that's okay. So would you like to know that you can move forward trusting and understanding the difference between an emotion and a thought?
Oh, yes.
That's a good. We're really gonna breathe this one out. Kind of getting that vibe of like it's about working smarter, not harder. Because I feel like you've heard that saying before.
I've heard it only in our group.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
What did it mean?
but I totally get what it means. It means
You're moving
not burning out, but you're doing smarter things.
because it feels like you take not everything seriously per se as much as it is you own stuff, right? You're like, I'm owning this, I'm accepting this, like it's beautiful, but it just feels like moving forward, you're learning how to, it doesn't have to be so much work. It can just be like easy.
Oh yeah.
So moving forward, when you make these baby steps, would you like to know that even when you're making baby steps, you barely have to like move your physical body, that the energy can just happen without your physical body having to do so much practice?
Yes, please.
Really breathing these guys out.
Can I ask something?
Absolutely. I want you.
Can you give me a little bit of a reason
Yeah, I need
towards the end?
It's like, stop giving me so many downloads.
No, it's not that. I'm loving this. I feel great. Like I'm really enjoying this. Like honestly, this is great. I love it. But I was just like, I kind of wanted to give me a reading too.
So this, so what I felt like because I heard all that, right?
Oh wow.
I already know. So, because I can pick up on it, plus you communicated, right? You expressed, which was great. But I felt this stubborn energy right around that. So
Okay.
I wanted to just clear and release any, like some stubborn energy from the past too. Does that make sense?
Please.
Yeah.
But I don't get. Can you give me a bit more info on the stubborn energy that you picked up on?
Yeah. So just as like, as I was just kind of like connecting, it was just like, it's like, it feels like I want what I want and I want it now.
Yeah.
So
I
it's almost like in order for you to receive, truly receive in the present moment and be receptive 100% and get the most
yeah.
pleasure and satisfaction, you have to let go of the times in your life where you were just stubborn and like
Impatient.
not allowing that to happen naturally,
Yeah.
because you use the word flow so much. So would you like to clear and release times in your life where you were stubborn and as a result it blocked you, and moving forward allow yourself to truly know creator's definition of what it's like to flow and receive with joy and ease?
Yes, please.
Let's vibrate that in your physical body as well so you can do those awesome things in the world that you love to do. Good. That feels a million times better. Okay. So would you like to integrate that now? So just a few deep breaths.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm hearing that you're receiving that a billion times over. Okay.
Oh, I really do
Yeah.
feel that too.
So keep encouraging a few deep breaths as I get out my cards, okay? And just
Oh.
for every download you did, it feels like you need to keep breathing that like out of your body and into your body. Internal, external. And sound healing is also hearing lyrics, hearing songs, hearing music, and then putting that song on, because that's been happening.
I do that.
So just even if it's like an awkward kind of situation where you feel like it's like, oh, I'm working with a client right now, but I'm hearing the song, just put it on anyway. Like who cares, right? It's like you're hearing it in the moment. Don't write it down and say, listen to this song later. It's like, put it on now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What if I'm trying to sleep at night and I hear a song in my head?
And put it on.
Really?
Or sing it. But
Okay.
you need
You
to,
know when a song is just stuck in your head?
yeah. The song I was singing is I got the magic in me. I'm the worst. Magic, magic, get the magic.
I got the magic in me. Oh my god, I love that song. Yeah. Ah, that's amazing. Oh wait, maybe don't sing.
But and then that made me want to laugh until I cried just right now. So it feels like you're getting those messages so that you can vibrate them like through your voice and your heart. Because for years you probably haven't been speaking your truth, standing up for yourself, and now you are, but you've got a lot of making up to do. Like because
To myself.
well, kind of, because like for all the years that you weren't speaking your truth, now it's like, oh my God, I need to be a healer and speak to the world and do lives and tell everybody. So it's just keep that in mind that you have a lot of throat chakra and heart chakra making up to do. So if you feel like, oh, I don't want to bombard people or do too much, it feels like, well, it's kind of what you're meant to do. So that's kind of about divine timing and just allowing timing to naturally unfold and to trust. So, I don't know if you work with essential oils.
I don't, but I really want to like start a collection and start my own.
Yeah. Just getting a diffuser, I would say.
Oh my god, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. No, because
You're cute.
I have so when I left my
Relationship.
no
Job.
when I left my job there 2 weeks ago, they gave me a card like to say goodbye, and they gave me lots of cash, like they gave me €150. Well, I spent 70 of it that night getting food and whatever, and I just kept them the balance just sitting in my wallet. I was like, I'm not gonna spend that on like everyday silly things. I'm gonna buy something for myself, something that I really want that will light me up. And you've just reminded me that I want a diffuser, and essential oils. I can buy a diffuser out of that cash and get some oils. Well, a couple, depends on which ones I'm gonna buy.
Because you're so sensitive, you'll get so many benefits from oils.
Right. What brand do you use?
For me, I would say don't stress too much about brands. Like that's something you can research. But orange.
I want the most, but the best quality oils. I want
Yeah,
proper
that's
oil.
like a really controversial.
Controversial conversation.
Yeah. So for me, I'm not too into like it's kind of like crystals and brands, right? It's like it comes from nature. Anyway, so as the more natural it is, the better it is, the better quality.
That's what I want. I want the more natural oils.
But when things aren't just a little tidbit here, when things aren't regulated, right? You don't always know what you're getting.
Okay.
Because they're allowed to say things that aren't true and nobody's going to punish them but themselves when they sleep at night, right? So
Okay.
just keep that in mind. Just like cost doesn't always mean quality.
Right. I get it.
It's trust your instinct.
So you're saying like they can pretty much be lying on the label as well with the ingredients?
Well, they can. So you could say like this is the 100% like the most purest grade whatever, and there's no regulation for anybody to say
This
like,
is not. You're lying.
You have to test this. Yes. So
Yeah. Okay.
So that's where it gets controversial because
Right. I get it. So you don't know who's telling you the truth, really.
heart knows what's right for you,
Right.
right? Yes. But the more natural something is, the more you're gonna feel it, right? The more sensitive it is, the more you're gonna feel that sensitivity. So the more pure the crystal is, or the more pure the oil is, or the herb, you're gonna gravitate to it. I think anyway, because you won't if you smell something, you'll know if it's not, if you're like, oh, that has like a perfumey thing in there.
Okay, got
Like,
it.
you'll just know. Yeah, because you're a smart being. Okay, orange essential oil is what I would recommend for you because it
For
raises,
me,
yeah, it raises your vibration.
amazing.
And that's like your theme. Anything that's gonna like raise me is gonna
That's what I want.
help
Yes.
you help more people.
Oh, I love this.
So that's why I did mention sound, because it will raise your vibration. Okay.
Okay.
Naturally. And like I have sage out as well. So I don't know if you smudge or not, but that's also
I don't smudge, but I have a thing of sage there that I haven't used. Somebody gave it to me as a gift.
okay. So you might wanna
I want Jesus, that's big. I have a small one, like, but I'll use it.
okay. Because anything that's going to remove negative energy from you, that shadow work we were just discussing, right? Like that's gonna pull more energy out of you. That's essentially gonna raise your vibration too.
Amazing.
So cinnamon is another oil that you can work with that
Okay.
that attracts money.
Oh, yes.
In terms of crystals, yellow citron is another one. Well, you have it. Amazing. That's a nice big piece too.
That's a nice one.
And I'm working with pyrite.
Wait. I have all these. This is so amazing. Where is he gone?
Like I knew.
Oh, he's in here. He's hiding behind the laptop. Sorry, behind the computer.
Amazing.
Oh,
Bling bling, money.
does it matter where you sit them?
I just have mine near the computer.
Yeah, I kind of do the same.
But the selenite cleanses the crystals.
Okay.
I have them together, you know,
Okay. Yeah, well, all my crystals are around the desk.
so they can keep recharging, which is
Okay.
so you're gonna feel the way that the crystal feels, right? So if you're dumping a bunch of energy into your crystal and you're sad, you're gonna still kind of feel that sadness. So
Okay.
light is gonna remove the sadness. All right. Actual real cinnamon.
As well, I was actually thinking that works too.
Yeah.
Just that's a big container.
Gotta check that money.
Love it.
So orange, like eating oranges, also does the same thing. So anything we can actually put in our body is better for us than externally.
Okay.
But breathing it in through the
Breathing in the orange.
orange is going to be good. And then I put on me peppermint.
Okay.
Peppermint is very earthy, and earth grounds us.
Oh, amazing.
And because you're working on your nervous system, right? Then earth elements are going to help, crystals, herbs, that sort of thing. And I'm learning about the Akashic records right now, and I'm doing that, like, it's awesome after this. So I have my fluorite out.
I don't have fluorite.
Because fluorite helps with the Akashic records.
Okay.
So just
Are you getting trained in Akashic Records?
I am, and then I'm going to be able to teach people, which is very cool.
Oh wow! I can't wait to have a session off you.
Oh, we'll probably do a little practice.
Yeah.
And then I have sea salt. So we bathe in sea salt.
Should I put that in the bath?
Yes.
Just the Himalayan salt. I have pink Himalayan salt.
And even having like a salt lamp around, like at nighttime, I think near bed would be good. I don't know if you do that or not, but
Okay.
last night I slept with my salt lamp on, which I never do. And it made me feel like, I think that I was in a deeper, more rested state when I was sleeping.
Okay.
So I also feel like when I channel into your physical body, I'm feeling energy around my stomach. So how is your belly?
It's better than it has been in the past.
Okay. So what was the past?
I don't know. When I was in my last relationship, I went through like a phase where I don't know. It was it was a lot of stress, and it all kind of accumulated in my center. Okay, and it wasn't so much that I was having stomach issues, but it was like it was this just random thing. It was like it affected like my eating patterns, like, and how I felt. Like I stopped. It was like it's something. It was like something that stuck there and just completely blocked my, like, that when you get hungry
Hmm.
and you're like feeling like, oh my God, I'm hungry, I need to eat something. It's like that. I lost that. Do you get me?
Yeah, I'm just doing Reiki on you
Oh, thank you.
because it's gonna clear your physical energetic field. And this is where I'm adding tools, right? Because I know I'm safe with you to do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to ask for permission. We just opened you up to that. Because your breathing is like just taking time to breathe, like breathe things out as you feel things, just breathe them out, right? So anything, just go back into breath. And that's a good just daily reminder when you're starting to get in your head too, just to breathe it out.
Yeah.
Is better. Just like we're clearing a bit of fear too. Like when we talk about physical body, sometimes people start thinking about their health, right? Everybody wants to be healthy. They want to live a long life. And it just feels like with you, it's just like just feeding yourself with good foods, good thoughts, good smells, good feelings, all of that. And
Mm,
any type of thoughts about, like, I don't want to say death, but sickness and stuff will just naturally start to go away.
yeah.
So because we all eat bad foods sometimes, and some people more than others. So it's so easy when we do something like, we'll say, wrong, to start like then feeding ourselves with like, oops, I shouldn't have had blah blah blah. So for you, it's just always move forward, right? Like, so never look back. That's what's coming up.
Yeah.
And then you breathe it out. Okay, so your card says Strength, Archangel Ariel or Ariel. So, and the number 11 is on it. So
11 and 8 are my favorite numbers.
like, so obviously you're working on your patterns of behaviors, right? That's what we were just discussing.
Mm.
As just what we were just talking about, foods, or just like to constantly be feeding yourself with like health and wealth.
Yeah, and I'm so conscious of my patterns now, especially with what I'm putting into my mind, what so I'm like
That's awesome.
being a lot more conscious about how my day goes now with those things. You get me?
Especially in our society right now, right? Because if you're not taking care of yourself that way, it's so easy to get back into old habits. So when we do
Mm.
our shadow work, like our full moon work, that might be something you want to dabble more into, is the full moon work. When you do that, that's just an opportunity for you to just like really let go of old patterns. Okay, because each month there's going to be new bad patterns you've created. So kind of like what we're doing in our program, right? Each week it's like, okay, what do I need to let go of now? But for you, just really yeah, just keep staying on track with that. Okay, so Archangel Ariel will help you with that. So again, calling in the angels to ask for assistance when it's starting to feel like work, because
Okay.
your path or your plan in life is to almost feel like you've never worked another day in your life because you love your job, right?
Mm.
And then essentially have other people working for you, and then getting paid for it. That's your goal. So ask for help with that. It says,
Okay.
great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. So that's kind of like, that's all just sums everything up. Okay, so then you have Ace of Fire, an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now.
Oh.
So that is very much about someone who's an entrepreneur and someone who has like amazing ideas, and it just feels really positive, and you're just starting something really big and amazing. Read that one out. Breathing is probably key, like the most important thing. The
Yeah,
dream,
because I feel like I don't do that enough.
yeah, and so that's why you're noticing I'm getting a bit like it's sticking in my body. So I'm encouraging the breath. Archangel Metatron for this one, the dreamer. It has the number 0, and 0
Okay.
represents spirit. Okay, so we already discussed that the universe has your back. You're learning how to connect to the spirit on an even deeper level now, which is great, so that you can access like things you've never accessed before. So I don't know if you work with spirit guides or not. Do you?
I don't.
Okay. That would be one I would recommend to just write down spirit guide and how to access.
What do you mean write down?
Like just write down on your little notebook spirit guide,
Spirit guide?
how to access spirit guides, your spirit guide.
Okay. And then?
And then when you're able to, then you're gonna get a lot of help from that spirit guide.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused. So write down on my notepad how to access spirit guides.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean search it online?
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant write it down and then they're gonna start talking to you. You know, something like that.
They probably will. I'm just saying. So take
Right,
it
okay.
if you want to, because that happened to me before I came onto our call. I was
Okay.
hearing I have 2 spirit guides. One name is Anna, the other is Henry. Anna was really strong, and we have some connection from another time in life, and like so it's about reconnecting with that spirit guide. And then she got me to write some stuff down.
Okay.
And then she helped me when I was doing some writing on my website. And then I called in the archangels. So I'm like, okay, he has spirit guides. That one in particular feels female, but I'd say there's a male there for you too. And it's like, listen to them. They're just dying for you to speak to them. Okay. It says, a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. And the color purple is really standing out there. So that's just feels like your spiritual path is finally on track, which is great. It's like you've already reached. It's like you're in another second life in this life. Right?
Yeah, I already felt that. I already feel that this year. I feel like I've quantum leaped, and now I'm looking to do another quantum leap.
Yeah, and part of that is you're more of like your work. You are connecting with the angel realms, and they're providing you with information, right? So it's like you're doing healing work here. But it's weird. You have an interesting kind of path, feels like, because it's like you're not quite an earth angel, it doesn't feel like, and you're not quite a fairy, but it feels like you have a lot of I don't know how to explain it. Um it's like it's like something that's nobody's really familiar with. Is what
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah. So, but I feel like people that are really old and ancient, like people who really work with ancestors and things like that, I feel like they're gonna help you more because they're gonna understand your energy better. So, like the native community and things like that, I'd say it would be helpful for you too, because people that are new to this world, like people's energies who aren't quite advanced, might not like get you the same way as somebody would that's already advanced. So when you work with clients too, I would work with very advanced people so that you can just learn more from them and just deepen that connection.
Wow.
Okay.
So that's like another way of saying I need to work with people that are doing big work in the world, basically.
People who have been, they might not even be doing big work. They might be hiding and be quite content that way. But it's about asking the more forgiveness work you do, and the more the forgiveness prayer. Have you done the Hawaiian forgiveness prayer, like Ho'oponopono, something like?
Oh, I don't know. I know what that is though.
The more you work on that, just let that kind of, after you start doing more of that, I think then you'll be guided to the right people. So don't worry
Okay.
much about who they are. Going back into, when it's right, you'll just know. Okay.
Okay.
6 of fire, victory. Good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards. Yay! See, there we go. That's what we wanted. Happiness and joy. Yeah, it just feels like,
Public recognition, it says.
yeah. And
Wow.
I think part of it is because you're going to help a lot of people that have had traumatic experiences and who have had a lot of negative experiences. And when you're able to teach them like a whole new way of living, a whole new life, people are going to be like, wow, this is big stuff. Right? Because it's like amazing. So it's like how I said, it's like you're in your second life in this life. You're going to help people do that too.
To step into their next level, basically.
Well, yeah, but almost turn their entire life around as if they're not even here on earth anymore. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So that's good. And then you have 9 of fire. Don't give up, protect that which you've created, have courage and believe in yourself. That's the confidence piece we were already talking about, right? That the more you take care of your health, the more money is going to come in.
Basically.
You look at it from that perspective of that
Yeah.
self-care, because you can't teach people about self-care if you're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah, totally.
Just can't. So it's like, just know that every day that as long as you feel good about what you're doing, that's enough. Right? So you don't need any of that external, even though your recognition and awards will come, you don't need validation from anybody. And you know that already, but it's just a reminder.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So that's about not praising yourself, but I guess maybe rewarding yourself a bit more. Like you said,
Recognizing.
I want to buy myself some oils, and you're like, and then I bought some food or whatever. And it's just like, keep buying yourself stuff, because that's how you're going to get more money, right?
Keep the flow going.
Yeah. So it's like, because you are single, you get to just live in your own balanced world, and it's awesome. And it's not, as long as you're doing your online thing, then you're still contributing and you're all good. So, because over there, are people allowed to be around each other?
They're making it harder and harder.
Okay. So
they're like, they keep increasing restrictions. Like, basically, restaurant, only outdoor dining is allowed outdoor, but it's freezing here and raining. So
okay, yeah, gotcha. So as long as you're doing you, then you're all good, right? Which is awesome, because you're protected now.
yeah, I don't mind the social distancing at all.
That's fine. I think we're learning a lot through these experiences. Like,
Yeah.
it's teaching us to be in nature more, I find, and to have nature indoors as well.
Plants.
Yeah, and the breathing part and all that stuff. That it's like, just to be more natural and things like that. So choose your battles wisely. 7 of fire. So that's funny. You know how I said it's better to work with people who are more advanced? When you sense that somebody isn't right for you,
Don't work with them.
yeah, exactly. Because it's not so much about that you won't help them, it's just it won't help you as much. And it's time to be a bit selfish, which is great. And then you have the Dreamer, Archangel Metatron.
These are so many cards. Why are you pulling so many?
This is the last one. But it's funny that Metatron was the last one. So just getting confirmation, because when things keep coming in, it's for a reason. It's purple, all that stuff. So
oh my god, it's purple.
Yeah.
And you have the purple hoodie and the amethyst. Oh my god.
Working on the crown a lot. So a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. So in all the cards, the word opportunities keeps coming up, and it keeps telling you that something is going to keep coming in for you. So earlier this morning, when I was working with my spirit guide, she was showing me the door, right? And like, I was seeing an energy of a door. And so to me, a door is an opportunity, right? So it's kind of like sometimes we have to create doors for ourselves. And then
Yeah.
sometimes there are doors that have been open for a long time. We just didn't know that they existed. So although I'm saying to do a lot of shadow work and forgiveness work, it's also like, it feels like you don't have to really create a lot of opportunities. It feels like there's just like a million opportunities for you. So it's like, don't worry about, like, as I said, having to like do work. It's like the work, it's almost like over the next 10 to 20 years, the work's already done for you. You just need to follow the intuition, right? So it's like,
Wow.
you don't have to be like, oh my God, am I going to get this or get that? It's like, actually, it's already there for you. It's just in divine timing, and the timing hasn't happened yet.
Right. Okay.
So you need to hear that one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're going to take 3 cleansing breaths, and I'm going to close you up. Let's close off with like a couple positive affirmations. Okay. So I am blank, and you can say it out loud if you want to. I am what?
Amazing.
I am amazing.
I am amazing.
I am
supported.
I am supported.
I am infinitely supported.
I am infinitely supported. I am unconditionally supported and guided.
I am unconditionally supported and guided.
So that feels quite.
I am always. Oh, sorry.
You can go ahead.
I am always at the right place in the right time. In the right place at the right time.
So I am going to share this, so I think that's going to help a lot of other people to get those downloads.
Share it.
And the affirmations too, even just those little things. For you, what I would encourage is, do you do lives right now?
I've done so many lives, tons of lives. I haven't been doing a lot of them lately.
Okay, because it feels like your throat chakra wants to be used, right? So it's kind of like, even getting after this, I don't know, if you have a client or whatnot, but it might be like, take some of that fuel, like you said, you get energized, and then take some of the knowledge and then go share, right, on your own platform maybe, or with a friend or whatever, because I feel like the only way to clear out some of that energy is by actually sharing with people.
Okay.
Not just through writing, but actually speaking it. And
yep.
I think that your message is going to hit a lot of people.
Wow.
But don't be afraid to block people if you're not feeling them. Because some people will think that.
Of course.
Like
it's going to trigger. It's going to trigger some people.
Yeah, all attention is good, positive and negative, right? Where it's like, that's not always the case for healers. So it's like, just, if you just notice somebody's comment that feels off, like, it's okay to
just block them.
Yeah, or if it's like, I don't think you're right for this team or whatever, like, just
delete the comment.
Yeah, or just whatever feels right. Okay. So I'll chat
Thank you
tomorrow.
Yes.
And thanks for helping me with my tech issues.
No problem. Oh, this was so good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I feel like so good now. I feel so light and trusting more,
Mm-hmm.
Just feel safe now.
Good. I like the word safety. You deserve it. Okay, bye.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Talk to you later, love. Bye-bye.